Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be planning the week of May 12th to the 18th in my memory planner, and I'll be using the ScribblePrintsco kit called Breakfast in Bed. This is a older format kit, I believe. Actually, no. Obviously, it's the older format before the newest format, I guess. The one before that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, this is the kit freebie, and oh my goodness. I paired this with the Y2K photo bundle. I don't remember if it's called Y2K. Anyway, so you have your overlays, your underlays, your scripts and icons, and your bottom washi. So I will speed through putting down the base. Okay, so I laid down the base, and also the lighting might be different from the when I laid down the base, but my ring light unplugged itself, so yeah, pretty much I don't feel like resetting it because you have to do all the things. Anyway, so this is the week of Mother's Day, or no, the Sunday before was Mother's Day, but because I used a Cinco de Mayo kit, I ended up using Mother's Day kits the following week. So, anyway, so starting off on Monday, or before I start off on Monday, I pretty much usually publish a plan with me, but lately I haven't. Whoops, I totally forgot to lay down my weekend banner. Oops. Okay. So, back to Monday. I published a plan with me. And then I worked I did overtime for 3 hours because I was quite busy. Anyway, and I do get paid overtime. So after that, I watched some TV shows. And I actually need a small extender, which use this one this way. And fix this one ever so slightly. Okay. Sorry, you were totally out of frame of that. But I made a small extender. So pretty much I watched Wildcard, Tracker, Watson, and the Equalizer. Then I actually had pho for lunch because my parents weren't home, so I ended up ordering. And then I was planning a trip to Japan with my friends, so I kind of created an Excel, and they can always add to it. So, and then the plan sale ended on Monday, and then moving on to Tuesday, I had work. So I actually decided, instead of marking my work hours, because they're usually the same, I'm just going to mark how many hours I did overtime. If I didn't, then I would just leave it empty. So that way I don't have to keep marking work, because I know it's 9 to 6, but obviously, how many hours did I work overtime? Okay, so for breakfast, I had Starbucks. It is something quick and easy to just get. And I should actually try out other places, but I like my go-tos. Anyway, so then for lunch, or actually before, I'm going to mark down that it was actually payday, since this is the perfect spot. Payday. It was also my coworker's birthday. Actually, I'm going to use something else to mark that. To take up some room. And then I watched a TV show. So I had Chipotle for lunch. My coworker's birthday. Then I watched Suits LA. So on to Wednesday. Okay, so I worked overtime of half an hour. Still counts. Whoops. One, two, three. I messed up the spacing. And then went to the post office during lunch, and then I watched Will Trent. The Cleaning Lady, which unfortunately got canceled. The Rookie. Oh wait, I thought I needed all of these little things. I only needed one more. Eek. So then after that I did some design work, and that was Wednesday. On to Thursday, I worked overtime of half an hour again. Oops. And then I watched Chicago Med Fire and PD. Oh, now I realized this was payday for my previous job, because they have a lag of 4 weeks, which is kind of ridiculous. I think I'm just going to shift this down. And then mark and shift this down as well, because that looks weird. And because I usually get paid, my new job is paid semi-monthly, which is the 15th and the last day of the month, which really confused me, because I was so used to bi-weekly. But yeah, because all of my previous jobs, it's bi-weekly. Anyway, so after that, I got a package from Macy's. Which technically I was home, so I don't know. Or no, I was at work in the office. And then I, for some reason, did not even mark this like in chronological order, but it's fine. I had Naya for lunch. Okay, on to Friday. Since I don't have any more of the squared boxes, or rounded boxes, I'll just use the squared ones to mark work. And I did an overtime of 1 hour, and then I need 5 TV shows, or 5 little things. So I will put 2 here, and then need 1 more. watched Found, which got canceled, unfortunately. 911 got renewed, and they have a new spin-off coming soon. Dr. Odyssey is still unknown, I believe, by the time you're watching this. And then Sullivan's Crossing. Criminal Minds. And then, whoops. I printed planners. And that was, oops, my Friday. On to Saturday. I packed orders. Wow. Did not think that went through, but it's fine. And print and cut stickers. Went to the post office and actually met with my parents to have lunch. I had a therapy appointment after. Then I kind of decided to take my dog to the hospital because I could tell he wasn't feeling himself and wanted to see if something could have been done. But they wanted to run a lot more tests, and it would cost a lot of money as well. And I've been taking him so if you guys didn't know, I've been taking my dog since February to the vet, and like it's always one thing after the other, and there was no definitive answer of what was wrong with him. So yeah, unfortunately he did pass like the following month. We decided to put him down just to give him that peace, because he never cried or anything, and this is actually the first time it's actually been a week since he passed, and it's still, like, last night was very hard for me for some reason. I don't know what, like, I just had so much emotions, and I guess I was kind of like bubbling it up, or holding it back since Tuesday, and yeah, it just spilled out all last night, and I don't know, but pretty much I just wanted to see if they could do anything. They gave him antibiotics, and I really thought that like he did. So they originally said if he does do well and he eats there, then he would be able to be discharged and such. So yeah, pretty much they gave us oral antibiotics, and he took that. He was actually feeling a little better, but then it went downhill again, and we ultimately just decided just to give him the best last few weeks of his life, and spend quality time with us. So it was very emotional that day, because especially because we weren't sure if we were willing to put in more money, knowing that we might not even get the outcome that we were hoping for, if that makes sense. So yeah. Anyway, so we took him to the hospital, and he was able to be discharged the next morning. So yeah, but we pretty much gave him the best last few weeks of his life, and we were kind of having to force feed him, like literally put food in our palms and then open his mouth up to feed him, and I just genuinely did not feel like that was the best for him. So we did that for a few weeks, and then he just kept getting worse and worse. So yeah, anyway, this was a day that we kind of had to make a decision, not really of like a set decision, but the choice we had to make after taking him to the hospital, which cost a lot of money, but I was hoping that this would kind of resolve something, but it didn't. Anyway, and that was Saturday, and then pretty much the next day we went to go pick him up, and this sticker is from, like, I made the sticker, but the art is drawn by Asia from Pencil Pink, and I'm actually very happy that I actually got this designed, because now I have a bunch of Kion stickers, but it just brings me happiness if I like see him, and I don't know, but also sadness because I really miss him, and I'm trying not, oh my goodness, not to cry, but yeah. Anyway, so we picked him up, and I went to ShopRite to try to get some wet food to see if he would actually eat that instead of like peanut butter and kibble. So I don't know, and we got chicken. Like, we were trying all the things to get him to eat, but it was just a struggle. Like, he ate at the hospital like some food that they provided, and I don't know, it's just very hard to see him not even like interested in food, and then he was interested in some treats but not all, so it was very hard to see him like that. And yeah, anyway, so after that we came home. I think I took a nap because it was really early in the morning that we had to pick him up, or they'll charge us for overnight stay. So after that, I took a nap maybe, and then packed some orders. Then we went to, my brother took him downstairs, took Kion downstairs so he can relax with him. And then we had Jinjin for lunch. Oops, sorry, I wanted to move this over ever so slightly. And then I watched Craven, which was alright. So yeah, that was pretty much the week that we decided to take him to the hospital, but I felt like it didn't really do much because they couldn't figure out, even with the blood panel, and yeah, like they did all the labs and such, like the preliminary labs, and they couldn't find anything. And I don't know, I like the fact that I went to the hospital, like not the hospital, the vet, like since February, and even the vet, like the doctor at the hospital, or the vet at the hospital, she was questioning why he was prescribed steroids when like they didn't even know what the underlying cause was to prescribe him steroids. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't give him the steroids. They said only to give it if he really, really downgraded or degraded. So I ultimately decided not to give him the steroids because I know like the side effects of the steroids isn't good either. And this is already his third round of steroids, which could be really bad. And I don't know. Obviously, I would never, at this point, won't know exactly what the problem was. But I just am happy that he's at peace. And yeah, oh my goodness. Try not to cry. So anyway, this is pretty much the plan with me. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.